to Vantage Venues. We are super excited to be with you today, and thank you for sharing some of your time with us. My name is Erin Henderson. I am your sommelier host, and with me is Vantage Venues executive chef Kyle McClure. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the wine and why I paired with. This is why Riesling is a brilliant pairing for most foods and really, really excellent for cheese. And I'm going to get into that in just a second, but Kyle, why don't we dive right into how you make a beautiful cheese board?
Cheddar crumbles really, really easily. It's just sort of how it comes out after the aging process is done. When making a cheese board, I will always start with the cheese instead of the meat for cross-contamination reasons. And I will always work to the far side of the board first, so that way I'm not crossing food over top of food. And I kind of like to leave my cheese and meat a little bit separate, and then my garnishes sort of to reflect what goes well with what.
So that's what we call acid in wine, and all wines have acid. If you think of something like a stereo dial, some wines will have way more, some wines will have less, but all wines that are going to be complex or balanced, they need to have an element of that acidity to balance out the alcohol and any sort of residual sugar that's in the wine.
So one good tip is that if you have cheese, charcuterie, meat, all your garnishes, you put half on the board at the beginning, you save half, and then you kind of fix your board or bring out a second board halfway through, so that way it stays nice for longer. It looks a little bit more appetizing and appealing for your guests.
Watch what happens to the wine when we take a sip. Whoa, like right away on its own. Like you get all of that saliva inducing, you get that brightness, you get that sort of razored edge. Yeah, right? So it's not a wine that you would describe as plush or round. Again, it has that finer point, but I want to show you how cheese and wine will work together.
I feel like when you're making things, when you put them higher, they're a little bit more visually appealing. I
agree. I like a good height on the cheese board, and I like the roughness of the texture. I think that looks nice.
So what I did was I really just rolled it up ahead of time, and yeah, it makes it easier, makes it more visually appealing, makes it easier to eat, makes it easier to pick up, all that sort of stuff. We have pork here, apples and pork. There really isn't a better pairing than apples and pork. These are just dried apples.
Me. That's a good pairing. You and me, Kyle.
Ah, she's making me blush on camera, guys. And I feel like the fact that it's so creamy as well would help with acidity in the wine, right? It helps.